Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacob Ferguson. Today we're going to be talking about All Stars 11, the finale. If I have to pause, it's because I'm blowing my nose, and I don't want to do that on camera. This season was interesting. I enjoy the pre-merge of this season very much. I enjoy all 9 episodes of the pre-merge that we got. Okay, I do. And when we talk about lip syncs, bitch, love, a lot of them. There were about 14 of them here, and I loved almost every single one of them. And then there was also Super Bass, but we got to see a lot of fan favorites. We got to see a lot of people that we haven't gotten to see in a while. And I'm so glad that they upped the cast to 18 for this season, just so that way we could get queens like Vivacious and April here. Though I will say that with an 18-person cast, there are a lot of people that get left out and left outside alone, as Anastasia would say. So, because I now have a WoW Presents Plus subscription, and I understand that I need to be watching these things for content, I have already binge watched UK versus the World Season 3. And honey, I lived. I just lived. I lived for all of it. I Heard a Rumor is one of my favorite songs now. It's a bop. I love it. The reason... This is going to sound so bad. Back when Dark Lady was a lip sync song, Mirage did not know the words to that. Everybody remembers that. It was the burning of the library at Alexandria for a lot of people for that season, because everybody was so diehard Mirage except me. And I guess because of spite for Mirage in that moment, I learned all of the words to Dark Lady. And I guess the same thing for Sminty is happening now, where I've learned all of the words to Bananarama's I've Heard a Rumor. Out of spite, because if I can learn all the words, then she had no excuse. I love Sminty Drop, by the way. When we get into reviewing UK versus the World, I will have a lot of nice things to say about her, but she fucked up with that one. Also, I did not do the same for Melinda Verga during I Begin to Wonder, because I don't like that song. I didn't like it when it first appeared on Down Under versus the World, and I don't like it now. I just don't live for I Begin to Wonder. I like Dana Minogue though. Dana Minogue is great. I just don't like I Begin to Wonder. There's also a song this episode that I don't necessarily live for, and I love disco. Love disco. It is my favorite genre of music. If you want to get the party started, put on some ABBA, put on a Diana Ross track, and let's get the party started. Put on Evolution Orange by Earth, Wind, and Fire, and I will get down. I'm wearing orange right now, too, so, I mean, I just thought of that dad joke, Orange, you glad to see me, and I was gonna say it and then cringe. And then... if you want to get on my bad side, play rap or country, anything country except for Dolly Parton. I don't like country music, and I don't like rap music very much. But Dolly Parton slaps. Trust me, when I'm sitting there and Jolene comes on, I have to stop whatever I'm doing, and I just put on a full music video of Jolene, because that's a song that you have to. Let's talk about this episode. So we come back, Sam's gone. The star has gone back up into the atmosphere. And we get to see the Rated Queen results, which show that everybody put Akira last. That's honestly all you need to know. Akira got ranked last by every single person. It was very clear. And I don't know if I've mentioned it on this taping, because I've recorded this video for 2 days now, because the last time where I was really getting going and I really talked about this episode, somebody knocked on my door. It was the maintenance people for the inspection that I had yesterday. Can I just be honest with y'all? I am so happy that I hit 100 subscribers. But the second that I did, my week last week was one of the most stressful things that I've ever had to go through. I'm having to put up with a lot in my personal life, as well as that inspection that was happening, and I felt like I wasn't going to pass. Even though I've been actively cleaning my apartment, I just didn't have confidence in myself. Not only that, but I'm going through a lot with one of my pets right now. Put Ginger Snap in your prayers. She's 14 years of age, and I don't necessarily know how long she has left. I didn't want to bring the mood down or anything like that, but if anybody would like to comment, send up prayers for Ginger Snap, or if you don't even believe in God, just say that you're thinking about her. That would be great. It's such a good cat, and she doesn't live with me. She lives with my mom, but we've had her for 14 years, and I'm just worried about her. Anyway, let's talk about the Disco Smackdown, because I actually live for the majority of these songs, and I really, really had a great time yesterday watching it. So we get the Disco Smackdown, and they do this thing where they have 5 disco songs that we're going to listen to, because there's only 6 of them. They got 5 disco songs, and the way that they're going to do this is that 2 queens get to move to the second round, and then the 4 queens fight, and then the top 6 becomes top 4 becomes top 2. And I honestly liked this idea, but there's a way to do it that is a lot, I think, better than what they did here, where they had Jasmine and Crystal, who had won both challenges, post-merge, and then Jasmine Kennedy, who had the highest rated queen score. I think there was a better way to do this, to where they could have gotten the exact same result, and we're going to be talking about that at the end of the video. So, here are all of the songs that they're going to have to perform to. The Boss by Diana Ross, Main Event Fight by Barbra Streisand, Knock on Wood by Amy Stewart, Star Love by Cheryl Lynn, and then the 5th song we will get to when we get to. So, Dawn says in the actual workroom that she's a little bit nervous because she cannot lip sync, but she's gotten better. She has won 1 out of the 3 lip syncs that she has performed thus far, and she is the least confident out of all of them. In fact, a lot of people aren't confident. Jasmine Kennedy says that she went home during her Lollapalooza, which, yeah, she did. But that was mainly because of track record, I think. She didn't do a bad job in any of her lip syncs that she did. It was just because, she'd been in the bottom like 5 times in a row already, so just send her packing. Crystal's a little bit worried because she's not that great of a lip syncer. The only confident person here is Silky Nutmeg Ganache. She's like, I won 6 out of the 7 lip syncs. I will not say the thing. I know I said 6 and 7 together. Let's just move on. Silky says that she won the majority of her lip syncs, and she should have won the one against Eureka, which, no. Mom, we saw you trying to get out of that blow-up suit, okay? You weren't fooling anybody. You got stuck. I love you down. And I really do think that if they had cut it off a week early, you could have returned. But you were not going to win that lip sync SmackDown against Eureka, okay? And then back on All Stars 6T, Kylie should have won the next episode, sent Eureka home, and Trinity should have been top 4. That would have made that season perfect. It would have, because I didn't like Eureka. I'm fine with her now, but to be honest, I didn't really connect with her during All Stars 6. Canada vs. the World 2, which I have now watched in full. I can say she's better, but she really wasn't a key player in that one. So, it was kind of crazy when she won Miss Congeniality, though. I would have lived, because now that I have a WoW Presents Plus subscription, and it has been a week, I have obviously watched a lot of WoW Presents Plus. Just catching up on things uh, like seeing, again, I think I mentioned this once, but seeing RuPaul fall in love with Tia Coffee during UK versus the World season 2 is just magical. I love UK versus the World season 3, by the way. We're going to review that hopefully soon. Like once the seasons of Drag Race that are airing right now stop airing, so like Canada versus the World, we're gonna have Down Under versus the World on the 24th. Then I am uber excited. Like I am stoked because I get to review Nicole Page Brooks again, and I love Nicole Page Brooks. I also get to review Vibe, Coco Jumbo, Aboriginal queens that I am so excited to get to learn more about their culture. And like I'm so excited to get to see the looks that they bring, especially because I know it's just gonna be like just a melting pot of just greatness. And also Miss Jade So is there, and like I'm sorry not to objectify women, but like her body is so good, like her face is so good, and she was who I was rooting for Philippines season 2, and then the racist one won, so it's fine. Um, Philippines, who hurt you? Like, all of your winners seem to be problematic, and I don't like, and then with the current thing, the thing that happened during Philippines season 4, I'm like, poor, poor Philippines. Like, God, y'all can't catch a break. You had Jiggly, like one of your Jiggly Caliente passed away last year, and then one of your contestants this year passed away, and I just feel so bad. Like I do. Let's talk about the first lip sync. So, we get an extra special pit crew member in Evan Mulrooney. And I think I tweeted this out when the episode aired. I replied to, I think, Green Gay, which watch his videos. I know my device space is critically low. I've recorded this 5 times. I will go back and I will delete every single recording that I messed up. Okay, computer, Jesus Christ. I think I tweeted this out to Green Gay, go watch his videos, but he was talking about Evan Mulrooney, and I just said every single time he came on stage, I needed to go take a cold shower. Like, I felt like I needed to go take a cold shower. I was like, God, okay. Alright, it's getting hot in here. Okay. I loved the fact that Evan Mulrooney was back, and I loved the fact that he did it and was there doing it and was like, yeah, I know. It didn't I didn't feel as bad as I do with some of the pit crew members where they come out on stage and we immediately are like, oh wow, look, that's a lot of meat and stuff, and like, but like Evan knew what he was doing. He knew that he was like, hey, like, look, I know I'm shirtless. You can ogle. It's okay. I felt like I had permission. Whereas with some of these pit crew members, I feel like I don't have permission to like be like the wolf from a Tex Avery cartoon, you know, because that it my head like turned into a like one of those like whistle steam engine things when I saw him shirtless for the first time. So you know, let's talk about so Silky does this thing. So they have the hopper, and she just looks at Evan and she goes, "You're gonna pit me." And it was scarily accurate that each time that she was up to get her ball picked, which that sounds disgusting, but yeah, that's just the facts of what happened. She did. So Evan picks Silky's name out of the hopper, and Silky chooses Dawn not because she wants to do like a sickening lip sync with Dawn, but because Dawn is historically known for losing the lip syncs left and right, except for Zombie Boy, and like she's also not confident. So Silky goes, okay, I'm gonna snipe her out of the competition because I can. It is easy and it will guarantee me the next round. And yeah, I'm not saying that I could beat Dawn in a lip sync. I probably couldn't because of all of my baby. I struggle getting up out of a chair, but you know, like if I was there, that's who I would probably have wanted to go against. Though Actually, no. I would have wanted to go against Akira because she would have chosen the song that I wanted to do. So Dawn chooses Star Love by Cheryl Lynn, and out of all of these songs, this was the one. One second. I apologize. I had to blow my nose. This was the one that I was least familiar with. Like, I'd listened to it before, but like it wasn't necessarily like one of the ones that I was like massively into. And it would have been the song that I wouldn't have picked because I really would. I really. So I can just feel it happening, and I just got to do it now. Mostly because I don't know. This lip sync was probably the worst of the night. Dawn was fine. She did fine. Good job, Dawn. And Silky was also fine, but like she brought out the batons, and like that happened, and like if I hadn't seen her take flags out of her thing during Hazy Shade of Winter, and we, I probably would have lived more, but it kind of felt like she was doing the same thing. She was just bringing out more props to do all that. And I actually kind of think Dawn won this lip sync just because she didn't rely on stuff that we had already seen. Though, ultimately, when they said Silky had won, I was like, yeah. Like, she knew the words, she knew the emotions. It's in her repertoire. Dawn, I don't think, has really done disco a whole lot in her life. But the reason that Dawn chose this song is because Cheryl Lynn kind of goes on off the deep end during the end there. And does a lot of like crazy, and she could have done a lot of her like crazy kooky stuff with it. So I'm not mad at her for choosing this song. She did a good job with it. But Silky wins, and I agree. And now I'm gonna do what Ross Matthews does. Akira C. Davenport picks Joey J. And Joey J and Akira have to go up against each other. Akira picks The Boss by Diana Ross. I got there eventually. Do you guys know, have you guys seen these clips of these women? And they will be at a Taylor Swift concert. And some random Taylor Swift song will come on that it's from like one of her new albums. And the comment down below will just say, "This song saved my life." And it is them just the song comes on and they immediately just like they're having a great time, then their face cracks and they just start bawling. So this was me when this song came on. You guys have to understand, The Boss by Diana Ross is what I like to refer to as my spirit song. I don't know if that's already a term used for like other things, but that's just what I call it. This is the song that I have clung on to in times of like when I've needed a pick-me-up, when I've needed something like that. Any song really by Diana Ross is something that I latch on to, but The Boss is my favorite of hers. And when this song came on, I got my motherfucking life. Joey and Akira both captured it beautifully, in my opinion. Both of them slayed, and if it was up to me, both of them would have gotten a double save. Both of them did so well, and I just, like, I love this song so much. And I really wish that they had, I don't know, I'm just glad. I'm just glad that this song got a redo. Not saying that it needed one. BB looked at Trixie and said, "Bitch, move," and performed this song as the only Diana Ross impersonator. But, like, y'all, it was perfect. I couldn't have asked for a better lip sync to this song from the both of them. And you guys are, like, my favorite. This was... spoiler alert, this is number one on my list. I understand that Nobody's Supposed to Be Here is objectively one of the best lip syncs of all time. But, like, I am such a massive fan of what this meant to me, so this is probably going to be number one on that list. Joey wins, which I agree with. I think that both of them did a really good job. I don't know if I've mentioned it because I've recorded this so many times, but Crystal and Jasmine got to skip to round two, so they were in the clear for this round. We will talk about each of these contestants maybe a little bit more later. I don't know how much time I've got to talk to you guys about this, but let's talk about the next one. Joey won. I agree with it. I've seen it go both ways. That Akira won, that Joey won. Again, if it wasn't a set in stone format, I would have given both of them the win. They both did a really good job. So I can see it going either way. I'm not going to say it was rigged towards Joey or anything like that. I honestly think that Akira versus Silky would have probably made a better storyline, but like, Joey did it. Joey gets to choose the song next because Silky's name gets picked. And Silky chooses Joey, probably because of the same reason that she chose Dawn, easy. Which I really don't like this strategy. If you are uber confident, go with the best of the best. It is very clear to me now that Silky was saying all that, but probably didn't feel that confident about it. I don't know. I don't know Silky personally. I do enjoy Silky Nutmeg Ganache. But let's talk about their lip sync song, which is the main event, Fight by Barbra Streisand. And y'all already know how I feel about Barbra Streisand, and y'all probably don't know this. The Fight main event, it goes, The Boss, and really just anything by Diana Ross, main event Fight. Main event Fight is like my second favorite disco song of all time, besides The Boss, and is just perfect. I love this song. I love Barbra Streisand very much. And I will say this. I would not be mad if this song got redone in any way, shape, or form. They did the opening little thing. They did the little disco moment, and then they immediately went into the fight. Which is not how the song happens at all. But it felt kind of short. Now, I do love Joey doing this to Silky, and Silky's like, what the fuck? And then she's like, okay, you want to fight, then let's, like, fake fight. But, like, that was iconic. But I felt like this song kind of lacked, like, didn't really go anywhere. But I did enjoy it. Joey ends up winning, which, I mean, obviously, she did a, I think, better job than Silky did. I am very happy that Silky left her reveals until this song, mostly because she would have gotten to change out of her lip sync outfit the next round. But like, I don't know. This lip sync was kind of weird with the, it felt like it was over before it really began. Joey wins. I agree. Silky has to go back to Untucked, and who else should be there but Akira? And apparently during Untucked, it's just like an ice cream sandwich of awkwardness. I'm not even gonna continue that analogy because it feels weird. But yeah. Dawn's kind of sitting there in between both of them going, I don't know what to do. I don't like that. And neither one of them say anything to each other. And I will say this. I really do wish they had just been battling each other every single week. It would have been so good to see the drama unfolding in real time during there. And I'm not a drama channel. I really don't care about this drama very much. I'd let it play out. Let them not be friends. It doesn't really bother me because I still like all three of them. I think Silky Nutmeg Ganache still has me blocked someplace, but it's been 6 years. I doubt that she even remembers what happened, and I don't really even know what happened to get me on the blocked list. But I still live for her. I still love her. She's a great entertainer, and nothing that any of the fans can say is going to take that away. I feel like fans are like, ha, I got you, and it's like, no, you really didn't. She still has a career, and she's still going to be way more famous than any of us will ever be. So yeah, but you keep on sending them death threats, buddy. That'll really teach them. I'm really, really pissed off at the fan base for sending death threats to not only queens of color but also trans women. I we as a community need to come together and uplift voices that need to be uplifted, and trans women of color and people of color and indigenous people and people who we have encroached on their native land. We need to uplift them because there are multiple laws trying to be passed that will not allow them to have certain rights, and we as gay people are already marginalized enough, or as queer people, I should say, are marginalized enough. And so to have a fan base be this toxic just kind of pisses me off. Y'all shouldn't be sending death threats to Jasmine Kennedy because she stepped on your favorite queen, because she said something that it was semi-valid to your favorite queen, though it wasn't against to that queen, it was to production. Be mad at production, be mad at the people in production who decided to do these things to these queens and play in their faces and make this season what it was. Because I do have a problem with how this season was handled, and we will get into that at the very end, but there was a way to make this all work out, and they chose the nuclear option, and I just wish that they didn't do that. I don't understand why they did what they did, but it made everybody's experience for this season kind of go underwhelming. And I better not see any hate towards the winner of this season, because even though I think that they got to the right conclusion at the end, I'm not about to say that she did not deserve to win the crown. A lot of you people are going to be like, oh, she didn't deserve to win, she didn't do shut up. Just enjoy it. Okay, I know I had a lot of shit to say about Crystal, but it was mainly towards production last week. Okay, I have no problems with Crystal Method whatsoever. I really, really enjoyed her this season. I was really glad that she got to come back. But I am very pissed off at production for doing what they did. Does everything sound fair? Does everything sound good? Let's move on. So after main event fight, Joey wins, Silky gets eliminated, and we get to Crystal versus Jasmine. Now, I will fully say this. I watched the Knock on Wood lip sync, and I am not a huge fan of Knock on Wood. I just don't live for this song as much as I've lived for other songs. What I can say was that this is one of the better lip syncs. Jasmine kills this lip sync, and I think if it was based on stunts alone, Jasmine would have won. I also noticed that Crystal didn't know some of the words, though that may have just been me reading into things, but I noticed how much her back was trying to face the audience a little bit, and I'm not trying to put her down in any way, shape, or form. I kind of disagree that Crystal won the lip sync. I think that Jasmine knew the words and did stunts better, but Crystal Method knew more enough of the words to where if they wanted to justify the win and say it's because Jasmine did a bunch of splits and kicks to Knock on Wood, which we just had Knock on Wood on season 15, and that's exactly what they did. That Crystal won. It is what it is. It could have gone either way, and I would have been fine. It was a really good lip sync. Both of them, neither one of them flopped. Okay, it's not like Crystal's sitting there going, watermelon, bubblegum, cantaloupe, pineapple. That she's not doing all of that. At least she knew the majority of the words. So it wasn't a surprise that Crystal won and got to go to the top two, which is Joey versus Crystal. And honestly, I don't know. I feel it's unfair to Joey to have to go up against her when she has 0 wins. It was an uphill battle for Joey to win this final lip sync. And that final lip sync is to MacArthur's Park by Donna Summer, which I live for. And I understand Manila did it, and Manila's always going to be who I think of when MacArthur's Park comes on. In that goddamn Big Bird dress and the crazy eyes. I love Manila's portrayal of this. And Delta Work was also there singing to her bracelet. But, this song, I don't necessarily think needed to be redone, but for a final disco number, for a final thing, I don't think that there was a better song that they could have chose, except for I Will Survive. If they had said I Will Survive as the final lip sync song, bitch would have gotten my life. But it's MacArthur's Park, and I agree. I honestly think that if they hadn't done a Donna Summer song, who is touted to be the queen of disco, I think the fan base would have been disappointed. So I am very happy that they did MacArthur's Park, and I'm just happy with it. Crystal and Joey both gave it their all, and in the end, Crystal Method wins, and good for her. I am very, very happy also that she is a queen of color. She is Latina, and we have been wanting representation for the Latina community for so long that I'm very happy that Crystal won. I just wished there was a better path to the crown for her, and we're going to get into that. I would not change a single thing about any of the merch episodes. I agree with every single win. Partly some. Okay, let's get into it. The only things that I personally would have changed, though I think that the people who made it to the merge deserve to make it to the merge, I'm not going to take that away from them, are that I would have done it in pairs on week 3 of bracket 1 and given Morgan and Akira the win. I think that their commercial was better, more cohesive than Dawn's and Morphine's was together. But Dawn did a really, really great job. Bracket 2, and this is just personal taste, I would put April above Silky. I liked her runway better, as well as I thought that her video was a lot more informational, and that's what I was looking for in that challenge, so I probably would have given her the win. Bracket 3, I actually disagree with 2 placements. I would have given Sugar the win over probably either Jasmine or Sam. I go back and forth. But I would have given Sugar the win in the first design challenge. I thought that she did great. And then I might have it. Well, okay. If we give Sugar the win there, then I'm not going to give Joey the win in the Rap and Roast. I think that she did really great. And I kind of disagree that Kennedy was the winner of that thing. But then we wouldn't have gotten one of the most iconic lip syncs of all time. Ladies Who Lunch. It is when we get to the merge that I disagree. So, episode 10, give Joey the win. Just do it. Just give her the win. I don't think Crystal was in danger of going home. I think that the bottom 2 were correct and send Kennedy home. Episode 2, here's the tea. Either we give Jasmine the win, which I personally would have wanted, or if you want to give Crystal the win, give Crystal the win. It is up. Talent show is up to personal taste. RuPaul loved it, so if you want to give her the win, give her the win. That's fine. That puts Crystal at 3 wins, Dawn at 3 wins. But if we give the win to Jasmine, it evens out the playing field. Dawn has 3 wins now, but also Dawn can't lip sync. So she is a non-threat in this entire thing. Dawn was never going to win. Unless they go back to what they did originally, which is just the live finale crowning where they have a top 3 stand there or a top 2 stand there and then RuPaul crowns one of them, she will never win a lip sync for the crown. Because she is not that great of a lip syncer. I'm sorry, I love Dawn, but she would never have won this season. Especially up against people like Kennedy or Akira. No ma'am. So she was a non-issue, and everybody else would have had. Joey wouldn't have been the only one with 1 win. We would have also had Akira, so everybody would have been on a level playing field. And then Crystal could have won the lip sync SmackDown, or if you wanted to do the 2 queens move forward, you do a rated queen, and then the 2 highest scorers are the people that they don't want to go against get moved to the second round, so that way I don't want to say common folk, but the common folk can lip sync before the people that they don't want to go against have to lip sync. So, and then hope that one of their balls gets chosen. They can go up against the other queen that won that was not that great of a lip syncer, and then the 2 power heads can lip sync against each other, and then we have a power head versus one of the lesser known lip syncers, and then they go up against each other, and I think Crystal would have won either way. There was no universe in which Crystal was ever going to go home or not win this season. I really do feel like if Selena had made it to the merge instead of Crystal, Joey would have not been the wild card. They would have given it to Crystal Method. Crystal would have come in. We would have probably gotten rid of Selena, or maybe even Silky. I think that Silky and Akira's feud probably would have been more pronounced if Crystal hadn't made it, and both of them probably would have been in the bottom week too. So then Silky probably would have gone home, getting us to a top four of what we got, getting us to a top six of what we got. I do have to say that I really, really enjoyed this season's the bracket stuff. Vivacious's mother, I love her so much. Um, I love everybody who was on this season. Mystique Summers Madison it was really great to see her back. I really think that she has a versus the world quality about her, and I would love to see her on Canada or even UK if RuPaul wants to judge her again. Um, I would love to see her back, maybe interacting with some of the international queens. I feel like she would get along with them way more than she gets along with some of her American sisters. I don't necessarily know if Morgan will ever come back. I don't even think she needs to come back. She has such a legacy as a workhorse queen and has done such a great job that I don't necessarily think that she needs to come back. I think that she has proven what she needs to prove. But if they wanted to bring her back for Versus the World, go ahead. I will be set. I don't think that I will ever get rid of my WoW Presents Plus subscription as long as Drag Race is airing, because I really do enjoy watching WoW Presents Plus and these international seasons of Drag Race. Lucky, would love to see her back even on a regular All Stars. I think the queen that was fucked over the most was Morphine. I really do want to see her back on an All Stars, and I think that she needs to have that redemption. Um, I really do. I want to see her back again on a regular All Stars this time. Even if it is bracket style, I want them to give her her flowers because she deserves it. Lucky, I would love to see back on a regular All Stars as well, though I also think that she has equity for a Versus the World if they wanted to do that. Vivacious, Down Under versus the World 2 is calling, and I want you to win that for me, okay? Vivacious, I need back. I don't think that it is I don't even think that it is an option at this point that she can't come back. We need to get her back in here. Um, April, love April Carry On. Definitely would love to see her back. Aura, I don't even know if she wants to come back, but like, do it. Would love to see her back. Selena, here's the problem with I love Selena as Titty. She's currently on Big Brother right now, which iconic, love that. My tea is this. The way she played the game, she is going to have to really fight hard if she ever comes back to get people to trust her game wise. It's not that anybody's going to have a problem with her. She's not going to have a problem making alliances. It's keeping those alliances and not being shady that she's going to have trouble with. Though what I will say is props off to her. She made a really, really like fun, entertaining season. That last episode of their bracket was iconic, and I wouldn't mind seeing her back again. It's just I want her to kind of like level up her game strategy a bit more, and maybe not be as like strategic as she was trying to be. Everybody from the purple bracket would love to see back again. Joey J would love to see her there. A lot of people are like, well, Down Under versus World 2's crown is Joey's, and it's like, I don't think you understand. I would want to see her on a UK versus the world. The thing is that the relationship that she has with RuPaul is what got her that far. She wouldn't have gotten that far or even been the wild card if RuPaul didn't absolutely love her during her bracket. I don't think that Michelle loved her as much as RuPaul did. So RuPaul being the judge of UK versus the world would love to see her back on there. Hershey has already said that she wants to do it, so let her. I think that if people are like, hey, give me another chance, just put them back on. Put Aja and Hershey back on. Both of them want to be back on there, and no harm, no foul. I love both of them, and I think that they do just. Aja also just deserves a chance, just deserves another chance to go back into the ringer if they're up for it. I love Sam Star, and I think that if we give her a couple more years, throw her on like maybe a Versus the World, but maybe also another All Stars, would be sickening. I don't think that Jasmine needs to come back, but if she does, would be fine with it. Suga's definitely not coming back. Y'all did not make noise for Sugar Cane, and I get it. The blackface controversy and just everything else that happened. I liked Suga this season, but I just don't think they would ever bring her back. I think that this was her like triumphant return, and like she didn't really wake it up as much as she needed to for the fan base to be like, yeah, bring her back. That's great. Who else was there? Was that it? No. No, I think that was. Kennedy Davenport, I don't think needs to come back. If she does, she does. I would love for them to rig a season for her, just like they did with Crystal or Ginger. But, like, she definitely deserves a crown. Like, that is the one thing that is stopping Kennedy, I think, from taking over the world, is is the fact that she's not gotten a crown yet. As for Silky and Akira, we don't need to see them back. I love them, and if Akira wants to come back, she can absolutely do that on Versus the World or even in other All-Stars if they want her to. But I don't think that she's going to based off of fan reception and experience. Honestly, she and Silky have gotten the brunt of the most racist messages, as well as it's just been a really, really horrible time for them. So I don't think that they're going to come back. I think that the fan base has kind of scared them off from that. But it shouldn't take away that they are really, really great TV and really, really great entertainers. And I love both of them very dearly. And then Crystal can come back for All Winners, that's fine. I don't think that she would ever win in All Winners. To be perfectly honest with you, Bob the Drag Queen is probably the only queen that has won that I would be like, him or Sasha Colby, but like, I don't know. Because like, Sasha Colby's great. But up against, like, other winners, I don't know. Bianca Del Rio would win, also, if she ever came back. But she's not going to. And I really don't want her to, because I don't want her to lose. Like, I felt the same way about Jinx coming back for All Winners. Like, the only option was for her to win. If not, I was going to riot. So, like, same with Bianca. If Bianca Del Rio came back, like, there is no other option. She just needs to win. So I don't think that she's going to. But, I mean, yeah, this season happened, and now it's over, and now we can move on to some of the international seasons. Next Friday will probably be I probably will either record Saturday about Down Under versus the World, and then Sundays are going to be exclusively for Canada All-Stars until that ends. And then I will probably do Sundays are for... We're gonna because my job kind of picks up in August. Come August, we are going to do the weekend of drag. We're gonna have. We're gonna go back into the vault and start reviewing them. We're gonna do in the vault Saturdays and then like new stuff Sundays maybe, or just do versus the world, Down Under versus the World Saturday, Canada All Stars Sunday. Until Canada All-Stars ends, and then we're going to go back into the vault and maybe do that. Or maybe Latino Royale will pick up, and I might watch that one. I have a lot of trouble with subtitles because I have ADHD. I can't really like pay attention to everything going on, but I will try my best. I haven't watched any of the international seasons that aren't in English yet. So I do want to do that. It's just I got to be in the right headspace for it. And be ready to like learn about other cultures, and I'm really excited to do that. But comment down below how you guys thought this season went. I love you guys. Keep my cat Ginger Snap in your thoughts. I will see you guys when I see you. Oh, I might do a lip sync ranking later down the line.